manipulation, mind games, chaos. Toxic people are everywhere, at work, in your family, even disguised as friends. They thrive on drama, feed on your reactions, and pull you into a never-ending battle of emotions. One moment, they're charming. The next, they're tearing you down. And before you know it, you're caught in their web, drained, frustrated, and questioning yourself. But what if you could shut them down before they even had a chance? What if their mind tricks stopped working on you forever? The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, mastered the art of staying calm, thinking clearly, and never letting toxic people affect their peace. They knew that true strength isn't about fighting battles, it's about staying in control of yourself, no matter what happens around you. They mastered a way to stay unshakable, immune to insults, drama, and emotional traps. And today, you're going to learn their secrets. In this video, we'll break down 14 genius Stoic hacks that will make you untouchable in the face of toxicity. No more getting baited, no more feeling helpless, just raw, unshakable power. By the end, toxic people will want to know what hit them. 1. Master the art of indifference. Toxic people love attention. They want to get a reaction out of you, whether it's anger, frustration, or guilt. The more you react, the more power they have over you. But here's the Stoic approach. Treat their words like background noise. Imagine someone shouting insults at a brick wall. The wall doesn't respond. It doesn't get offended. It just stays there, strong and unmoved. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In other words, you decide how much something affects you. If someone tries to insult you, don't take it personally. If they spread negativity, don't let it enter your mind. Next time a toxic person tries to get under your skin, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, their words mean nothing unless I give them meaning. This simple shift in mindset will make you untouchable. 2. Don't argue. Let silence speak for you. Toxic people thrive on arguments. They twist words, bring up the past, and manipulate conversations to make you feel like you're wrong, even when you're not. Here's the problem. You can't win an argument with someone who enjoys chaos. So, what's the Stoic solution? Silence. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." If someone is pushing your buttons, hoping for a fight, the worst thing you can do to them is stay calm and say nothing. Imagine a toxic person trying to provoke you with harsh words. Instead of snapping back, you just smile and walk away. That moment of silence is more powerful than any comeback you could ever think of. You don't owe anyone an explanation, and you don't have to prove anything. Sometimes, the strongest response is no response at all. 3. Control what you can, ignore what you can't. One of the biggest mistakes people make when dealing with toxic individuals is trying to change them. Maybe you've tried explaining your point of view. Maybe you've hoped they'd change their behavior. But the truth is, you can't fix people who don't want to be fixed. Epictetus taught that we should focus only on what we can control. Can you control what a toxic person says or does? No, but can you control your own actions, thoughts, and emotions? Absolutely. So instead of wasting energy trying to change them, change your approach. Accept that some people will always be difficult, but that doesn't mean you have to suffer because of them. The moment you stop trying to control others and start focusing on your own peace, you take your power back. 4. Set boundaries without explaining yourself. Toxic people don't respect boundaries. If you let them, they will take as much of your time, energy, and peace as they can. This is why setting firm boundaries is one of the most powerful Stoic skills you can develop. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you let toxic people constantly invade your space, their negativity will start to affect you. But if you set clear limits, you create a protective shield around your mind and emotions. The key is to set boundaries without feeling the need to explain yourself. If someone constantly interrupts you, say, "I need to focus right now." If someone is dumping their problems on you every day, say, "I don't have the energy for this conversation." You don't owe them a debate. You don't have to justify yourself. Say it once, and if they push back, walk away. Setting boundaries isn't about being rude, it's about protecting your peace, and a person who truly respects you will respect your limits. 5. Never take their words at face value. Toxic people rarely say what they mean. They twist words, use guilt, and manipulate conversations to make you feel responsible for their actions. Let's say someone constantly makes mean jokes about you. When you finally call them out, they laugh and say, "Relax, I was just joking." But the truth is, they weren't joking. They were testing your limits to see what they could get away with. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculation about others." Instead of analyzing what a toxic person really meant, just watch their actions. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, that's all the information you need. Stop making excuses for them and start protecting yourself. 6. Detach yourself from their drama. Toxic people thrive on drama. They create chaos, then act like the victim. They want you to feel sorry for them, take their side, and get emotionally involved. But here's what a Stoic would do: stay out of it. Epictetus taught, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This means that sometimes the best way to deal with a toxic person is to let them think they've won. If someone tries to drag you into gossip or conflict, don't take the bait. Just nod, smile, and walk away. Let them play their games while you stay focused on what really matters. The less you engage, the more power you keep. 7. Don't let them make you feel guilty. Guilt is one of a toxic person's favorite weapons. They'll say things like, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me. If you cared about me, you'd do this." You're being selfish. But here's the Stoic truth: you are not responsible for their feelings. Seneca said, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." Meaning, we waste too much energy worrying about things that don't matter. If you know in your heart that you are making the right decision, stand firm. You don't need to feel guilty for prioritizing your own peace and well-being. Next time someone tries to make you feel bad for setting boundaries, remind yourself, guilt is just their way of keeping control. Don't let them win. 8. Never explain yourself to someone who's not listening. Toxic people don't argue to understand. They argue to win. If you've ever found yourself explaining the same thing over and over, only for the person to ignore everything you said, that's not a conversation, it's a trap. Marcus Aurelius gave the perfect advice: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Instead of trying to prove your point, let your actions speak. If someone refuses to listen, walk away. Let them believe whatever they want. You don't need their approval, and you don't need to waste your energy trying to convince them of the truth. 9. Use the power of indifference. Toxic people want a reaction. If they can make you angry, sad, or frustrated, they win. But what happens when you show zero reaction? They get confused, they get frustrated, and most importantly, they lose power over you. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That means when a toxic person tries to insult you, guilt-trip you, or provoke you, act as if you don't care. If they send you a rude text, don't reply. If they gossip about you, ignore it. If they try to ruin your day, smile and move on. Your indifference is your greatest weapon. 10. Let silence do the talking. Some battles don't need words. When dealing with a toxic person, sometimes the smartest thing you can do is say nothing at all. Imagine this: someone insults you in front of a group of people. Most people would react, argue, or try to defend themselves. But a Stoic pauses, looks them in the eye, and says nothing. Why? Because silence makes them uncomfortable. It puts the pressure back on them. Seneca said, "He who does not know how to be silent will not know how to speak." That's because silence isn't weakness, it's control. The next time someone tries to provoke you, don't respond. Let the silence say everything. 11. Never try to change them. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they can fix toxic people. They think, maybe if I explain it better, they'll understand. Or, if I give them another chance, maybe they'll change. But here's the truth: they won't. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." That means if a toxic person doesn't believe they're wrong, no amount of talking will change their mind. So don't waste your energy trying to teach, fix, or change them. Instead, accept them for who they are and walk away. 12. Walk away and never look back. This is the final and most powerful Stoic hack. At some point, you have to ask yourself, why are you still dealing with this person? Are they adding value to your life, or are they just draining your energy? Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If someone is constantly bringing negativity into your life, it's time to let them go. And here's the key: don't announce it. Don't give them a speech. Don't tell them how much they hurt you. Just disappear. A toxic person wants your attention. So, when you leave quietly, without warning, they lose all control. And that, my friend, is how you truly outsmart them. 13. Don't explain yourself. Toxic people will often demand explanations. Why don't you talk to me anymore? Why are you being so distant? Why didn't you invite me? They act like they deserve an answer, but the truth is, you don't owe them one. Epictetus said, "If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself against the accusations, but reply, 'You obviously do not know me well, otherwise you would not say such things.'" That's the Stoic way. The more you explain yourself, the more you invite arguments, guilt trips, and manipulation. Instead, keep it simple. If someone questions your choices, just smile and say nothing. Or say, "I don't feel the need to explain." That's it. No debates, no drama, just peace. 14. Understand that not everyone will like you. Here's a hard truth: no matter what you do, some people will never like you. And that's okay. Marcus Aurelius put it best: when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, "Today I will meet people who are ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and rude." He knew that dealing with difficult people is a part of life, but he also knew that their opinions don't define you. Stop trying to please everyone. It's exhausting. Stop trying to win over people who don't respect you. It's pointless. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself. Some people will like you. Some won't. That's not your problem. If you've made it this far, you already have something that toxic people fear the most: self-awareness. Because that's what Stoicism is all about. It's not about changing others, it's about mastering yourself. Think about it. Toxic people thrive on control. They want to push your buttons, make you react, and drag you down to their level. But when you take a Stoic approach, you become untouchable. You control your emotions. You set boundaries. You focus on your own growth. And most importantly, you know when to walk away. Now, here's what I want you to do. Take a moment to think about the toxic people in your life. It could be a friend, a coworker, a family member, or even an ex. Ask yourself, do they drain my energy? Do they try to manipulate or control me? Do I feel worse after interacting with them? If the answer is yes, then it's time to start using these Stoic hacks. You don't have to change everything overnight, but start small. The next time someone tries to provoke you, stay silent. The next time they demand an explanation, give none. And when you're finally ready, walk away for good. Toxic people only have power if you give it to them. All you need is self-control, self-respect, and the courage to let go of what doesn't serve you. So, remember this: you are stronger than you think. And from now on, toxic people will never control you again. Now, if you found this valuable, hit the like button so more people can discover these powerful Stoic insights. And if you want more wisdom like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay Stoic.